kept looking for
hilariously
them
enough,
out. We couldn't find them.
hilariously enough, that's actually what Bay justifies as improving. All he did for the third one was just get a more respectable cast and just got rid of those two. Because to him, that's all that was wrong with this movie. He came out and said that he knows that this movie wasn't great, but it seems that he didn't make any improvements on it in the third movie. Though we'll get to that. All he really seems to think the problem was that he went too far with the twin robots, which I don't get.
Well, I think
how
going
there
too
can
far.
be twin robots at all. Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, you see, the mother robot.
Don't even try with this. It doesn't deserve justification. Nobody on this movie really considered how this was going to come out, and it's really obvious throughout the entire movie. Even performances that I would have defended in the first movie, and pretty much one of the only things that was even good. A lot about the first movie is pretty much gone here because all of the performances are just so much more annoying and yelling in your face and just.
Oh, actually, I think
aggravating
that
to
the
watch.
Characters are more annoying. But like, still,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
even
they're more. All of them are more annoying. Which
Shia LaBeouf, I do think, still has some kind of charisma.
I thought he had more charisma in the first one.
He does have more charisma. He has some kinds resolved. And I think John Turturro is.
Well, when he's not stripping down to his underwear. That was necessary. Thanks, Michael Bay. I was drinking water when that happened, and that was.
Do you want to show them what you did with a? You like.
No, I didn't get back to the water when that scene came up, but whatever. At a certain point, it really just does feel like the script is being made up as it goes along. And the weird thing is, I would assume that if you're writing a script where you're just making up stuff as it's going along, you would try to be like, we'll make this as short as we can, so we can just like rush it. No, they decided to make this overly long as long as they possibly could, and it's baffling. This movie is baffling to me, and even the effects, which I praised at least in the first movie, or every time an effect even happens in this movie, it just feels like there's so much stuff going on the screen at the same time that it's just you don't even know what you're supposed to be looking at anymore. Like with the action scene, I think I said before, when it's like you throw a junkyard metal down a hill, and it has the same emotional impact. It has the same just feel of it has the same honestly, this movie there's the 15-minute section during the climax of the movie when things are just blowing up and nothing of consequence is even happening after a while, that you literally feel like you're getting stupider as you're watching.
Right, and I don't understand.
More stupid, sorry.
One thing I just don't understand. So there's 76. I think on Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience rating for it is like 76%.
Mongoloids use Rotten Tomatoes.
For context, Titanic, it has a 65% rating. I'm not going to say it's perfect, but better than Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
I haven't seen Titanic, so I can't really comment on that personally.
But just to point something out, but just to say something. So, I don't understand how those people could like this movie. I don't, because it's not like there's a lot of action in it.
No,
not in the first half.
Completely. No, there's a lot of action in this movie. I'm not saying
you can see in the first half. First of all, you can see that they don't cut away to that there isn't something else going. Can you really see a lot of action?
No. Like every 15 minutes, it's just like, let's have a totally pointless action scene that adds nothing to the plot.
And then you cut away from it.
Yeah, then
it's
you
like
cut away from it.
And then you cut away from it.
Well, yeah, because then you cut away from it for 15 minutes, and then you go back to another one that has no conflict. The movie is made for people that are just on, that need Ritalin and that kind of stuff, and it's just made for I want to get to this. Oh yeah, action scene. Oh, comedy. Oh, action scene. Oh, comedy. Action.
Well, I
it's a little
in defense of the audience. I know people who have Ritalin for different things. I for ADD who can handle a very intelligent movie. The film needs Ritalin, not the audience.
That might be true. I was kind of stunned coming back to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember as a kid thinking the first one was better, but the second one was all right. And I only saw the second one, I think, once in theaters, and then
Yes,
I saw I think I saw half of it like a couple years later, and I remember like, well, this is kind of juvenile, and then I never went back to it. Now coming back to it this time, I'm stunned at just how
It's unwatchable. It
poorly
really is.
put together this movie is in pretty much every way. The effects don't really. The effects are, at least in my own opinion, are kind of a step down from the first movie because it doesn't even feel like there's any weight to when they're on screen anymore. It just feels like we'll just have effects now, and the actors are more annoying, though they're still trying. You know, I really don't even know if I have that much more to even say about it. It's just a really stupid, overly long, well, unnecessarily long movie that's just literally nulling. It has a nulling effect on your brain. So for actors making an attempt, and I guess honestly that's about it, because they are still trying.
Actually, I do have one more thing we can say, and that's the product placement, which is obnoxious.
Yeah, it's
I just
Adam
wanted to make a note of
Sandler-esque.
that. Yeah, but now I think it should be time to
Give final, yeah, as I was saying before.
you want to start?
Well, I was before, but
Sorry.
final rating for me, I'm gonna give it a solid 2. It's got actors, they're making an attempt, and it is important to note that they are trying, and the direction for them, although they are making them be more annoying than they were in the other ones, they are effectively being annoying, and that does involve acting. So at least for that, I will give this movie that it had good actors doing their best. So 2 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a low 2. The reason only reason really it's not a 1 is I do think the actors are trying. I do get a feeling of that, but this is a thoroughly unwatchable movie, and that's not something I really say often. It's not, and I don't want you to believe that this is a film that's so bad it's good in some way. No, it is a terrible experience. It is not something that I would have anyone, not even my worst enemy, go through. So, a low 2. Oh, goodbye.